And she's actually starting us off with our first story of the day, so tell them what's up.
Okay, so this one is kind of controversial. We have to do controversy here. I feel like this is a controversial show. What will we say next? Okay, so Heineken.
Yep.
This is one of those things where I feel like groupthink took over in an advertising meeting. Heineken put out a commercial. I want you to take a look at it, and then we'll talk. Take a look at this. Starts out okay.
Right.
I'm in a bar. This is Heineken. Keep in mind,
cool.
the slogan is lighter is better.
Passes by a darker skinned woman.
Oh no. Okay, do you notice the fail here? The fail here, unfortunately, and not everybody might catch this, but the slogan of the commercial was lighter is better.
Right.
And then she was like, oh, that's why this is bad.
Right.
You see the bartender slide the Heineken down the bar, past darker skinned people on an island that probably they are natives to a lighter skinned woman.
Right.
Had a darker skinned woman picked it up, it would have been not so much of a fail, but it was a lighter toned woman. And in the black community, you know, there's this debate, and even outside of the black community, maybe if you're aware, there's this debate about dark skin and light skin and how advertisers and culture kind of push towards lighter versions. Hey girl, hey, that's that volume, okay? So yeah, I feel like it, obviously I don't think it was intentional. It was just like, ooh, it kind of reminds me of that Dove ad. Remember the Dove ad where the person was like, oh, I'm gonna take off my shirts?
Yeah.
I don't think it was intentional. I honestly don't think, I've learned now people are mean, but I don't think people intend to be.
No. I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched it the first time and I didn't even notice it.
Okay, good.
And this was after our digital producer told me what to look out for, and I was like, I missed it. Then I went back and I was like, okay, I see where somebody really stretched real far. This one.
I don't know that you have to stretch real far. As the African American person here is like, oh, I picked up on that. It's just a different perspective. It comes with being black. You have to be aware of some things. There are conversations that we have in our community that I think even Mayor Steinberg has talked about, like he doesn't have to tell his son how to interact with police. These are issues that we have. And if you're not black, you may not know. You may know if you have black friends, or if you're in the know. Ariana's one of my best friends here in Sacramento.
And I'm
she had no
very
idea.
in the know, but this one, it
missed her.
Yeah, this one missed me. But Chance the Rapper, it did not miss him. He tweeted out about what he thought about the experience. So I want to read you that. We have it to put on the full screen for you.
There, you can just read it right there.
Oh,
it's beautiful. He says, I think some companies are purposefully putting out noticeably racist ads so that they can get more views.
That is an interesting take.
Isn't it? I don't know how you guys feel about that, but in a later tweet, he says that he doesn't think that you guys should boycott the company. He just wants us to be more aware of what they're doing and that they should make better advertising choices. So it tees up the question to us, what do we think?
Gosh, this one, I feel like we had another controversy with an ad not too long ago about a kid wearing a shirt that was just not appropriate.
Monkeys in the jungle. The coolest monkey in the jungle.
I didn't miss that one.
Yeah, and we came around to the idea that probably everybody in that room didn't see it.
No one thought
and
about
maybe the issue was that panel reviewing the ad just wasn't diverse enough to run it by everybody, because you only see what you see. You know, a lot of people look at that and they say, what's the big deal? But when you look at it through your eyes or through your eyes, you may see something different. Some people, you know, men see things differently than women sometimes. And so you just have to broaden who you bring to the table to look and review at things, because sometimes people don't know that what they're doing is offensive. And there's some forgiveness for that, because if you don't know, then you don't know. It's like when little kids say mean things to another little kid, sometimes they're just not at that age of consciousness. But this is a big company.
Yeah.
I mean, they know, they've got people. They have the ability to focus group this stuff, because
they should.
Making an ad is one thing, but before you spend the money to place it in front of people's eyeballs, you have to make sure that this is going to sell more beer.
It's funny that you think that, because in my mind, again, as the African American right now sitting on this panel, it's very easy that there's probably only people of a certain demographic sitting inside this room like, oh, that's a good commercial. There was probably not a black person or a person of color who saw that point of view. And I gotta kind of look at it from the company standpoint. It's kind of hard to please everybody. You might irritate or offend anybody at any given point. So I wasn't like, ooh, I'm gonna boycott Heineken. But don't even really drink Heineken now that I think about it if I'm going to drink. But I'm not going to be mad at them. I didn't stop using Dove soap here. I'm here for Dove soap. I saw the issue, but I was just like, you know.
And they took it down, too. I think that says something.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
So they may not admit it, but they saw people, you know, didn't like it, so they took it down, and that means something.
Yeah, I appreciate an apology if there's one that's owed. It's always like, you know, they didn't mean to offend anybody.
Right.
But if I'm walking down the street and I bump into you, I didn't mean to bump into you, but I'm gonna say sorry. I'm not gonna say like, oh, you shouldn't be upset about me bumping into you.
Right.
I'm just gonna say I'm sorry.
So you've got an apology.
Heineken did release a statement, and they said, for decades, Heineken has been developing diverse marketing that shows that there's more that unites us than divides us. We feel that this ad referencing our Heineken light beer missed the mark, and they're taking the feedback to heart and will use this to influence future campaigns. So they definitely owned up to what they did, and they're moving forward. But it didn't stop everyone from saying, what did you do there?
Teachable moment.
I love a teachable moment. Let's see what you guys are saying. Craig Piper says, yes, commercials are racist. Any commercial, TV show, or movie with a person with Asian ancestry always has the music in the background that feels Asian. And he thinks that's ridiculous.
That's something that, as probably Asian people are probably aware of, that I never would have thought about.
Right, I never would have thought about that. And Sherry, I think she's commenting on a different story. She says, what's going on in our city specifically, speaking about what's going on with Stephon Clark. And we'll have more for you on that story at the 9 o'clock hour and definitely at the 11 o'clock hour.
There's going to be a big press conference today at 9:30 that we're watching.
Exactly, I'll be there.